Alrighty. I can sure everything's firing on all cylinders. Let's see. Mic check 1 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, let me. Sure everything's good to go. All right. Alrighty. Got myself a cold glass of water. Getting ready for Game 7 here. LA, Jesus Christ, ball. I just got with it. Colorado Avalanche versus Dallas Stars. Game 7. Avs had a very good game in the last one. Should be making for a very entertaining series here. And let me kind of pep up the screen. Alright. Alrighty. So, actually, let me go into the lineups here. Go with the Colorado Avalanche. We'll do alphabetical order. Got McKinnon, Lekanen with Natchez, Nelson, Nichushkin with Landeskog. And what a great story that is with Landeskog coming back after being gone for so long. Drouin, Coyle, and Caranta. And then Kelly, Drury, and Logan O'Connor. The short-handed killer. On the back end, you have David Hayes, Cal McCarr, Samuel Girard, Josh Mason, Ryan Lindgren, and Sam Malinsky. And in net, it's going to be the legend, Mackenzie Blackwood. So that's what your lineup looking like right now. That's what daily face-off. They're usually extremely accurate. So that's what you got for them. Go now here to the Dallas Stars. You got Granlund, Rope Hinson, Mikko Rantanen, Marshman, Duchesne, and Tyler Seguin. Jamie Benn, Wyatt Johnston, and Dadonov. Then you got Bach, Steele, and Blackwell. Kind of unfortunate that Robertson's not really available for this series. On the back end, Lindell, Ceci, Harley, Labushkin, Michelle, and Petrovic, if I remember that's how you correctly pronounce it. I'm terrible with pronunciations. I apologize. I guess Haskin's not back. And then in net, you got Jake Ottinger. That's going to be their guy going forward. Yeah, this should be an extremely good game, very entertaining game, in my personal opinion. That's what I'm hoping. Just waiting for... Come on. Program hasn't aired yet. So I'm trying to get the live TV going here. Come on. Apologize, I'm trying to, this game's being kind of a pain in the butt, baby. So for y'all that don't know, I have TV, YouTube.tv. I just got this, so I'm trying to, figure out how things work. Let's see. Okay, come on. Okay, we're live now. Join live. Okay. There we go. Thank God. We have ourselves a God. Oh, finally. So game 7 here in Dallas. Here we go. This should be fun to watch. For y'all that don't know, don't even care probably, I did pick this series to go 7. I picked the Avalanche to win in 7. But after the game 6, I mean, I'm expecting Dallas to really come out here and have their best game. And it's funny, right, with these starts, 8 o'clock start, more like 8:15. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to invite one of my buddies. So, dude. All right. But all right, we'll go into kind of the point producers since it's going to be a little bit of a yap in here for a minute. Leading points scorer for both teams, Nathan McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen. Just imagine if the Avs still had Rantanen. Just saying. Goals 6, McKinnon. Rope Hintz with 4 for the Stars. Mikko Rantanen leading the way with assists at 6. And I mean McKinnon, leading points, goals, and assists. Phenomenal player. Mackenzie Blackwood in the series. 3-3 and 899 saves under 2.65 goals against average. It's actually kind of crazy because I think he's had some really good games in this series, but then there's been other ones where he's just got completely lit up. Jake Ottinger with a 909 and a 3-3 record with a 2.99 goals against average. DeSmith 929 saves and he kind of came in some relief. Kind of looking up and down. Logan O'Connor, who's having a terrific postseason. 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. Natchez with 5 points. Nelson with 4. Lehkonen with 4. Landeskog, a point per game, which is just nuts, right? That's just insane. He's a point per game guy after so much time away. It's 16 minutes, over 16 minutes time on ice. I mean, he's doing his thing. As for the Stars, Rantanen leading the way with 8. Rope Hintz with 7. Johnson with 6. Marchment with 3. Sagan with 3. Ben with 2. Steele with 2. Dodonoff with 2. And Granlund with 2. So some of these players get a little bit more production offensively here from some of the forwards. I mean, even defensemen, really. From the... Oh, no, because Makar's not. It's crazy. Oh, I'm an idiot. They separated it. Blame the public schools kids. Even though I didn't go to public school. Cale Makar has 5 points. Devin Taves with 4. Gerard with 3. I mean, the defenseman for the Avalanche are actually putting up some pretty good points here. And then I'll go back to the Stars. See, I should have read that whole thing where it said forwards, right? You know, again, I work on tugboats. I'm not a rocket scientist. Harley with 4 points. CC with 3. Petchers with 1. Bushkin with 1. This Haskin, I thought he would have rumored to possibly come back. That would have been interesting for the series. Hey, what's going on, huh? Appreciate you kind of popping through. Doing a live stream of this game. Kind of trying to make sure to... The good thing on nights like this, and I'll say this more as a content creator side of things, having just one game on a night is nice. Like, last night was nice. Because then it's like, you're not having to, like, review a ton. And you probably don't care, but I will say I'm probably going to be not trying to force myself to get videos up immediately after games. I'm going to take a little bit more time editing like I have been last few videos, just to kind of make it more enjoyable for me, and I'm not, like, against a time crunch. As long as I get it up within a day or so, I think it's reasonable. But kind of going into the playoffs real quick, I might have to change the... Extremely anxious about this game. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you in any way, shape, or form. Should be a hell of a game, though. I'll do a little bit of adjustment here, just to kind of... I might have to do this, won't I? Nope, not that. So, kind of just looking into it really quick. Oh, that's why it's at 110. Looking on who's going into the next round. You got the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 2, facing off against the Florida Panthers. That should be a fun series. Washington Capitals versus Carolina. Like, in the East... I mean, some people were looking at Tampa as being that team that coming out of that series. I didn't. But these were kind of expected results here, right? I mean, people expected Toronto to beat Ottawa. Washington to beat Montreal, even though Montreal played a hell of a series. And then Carolina to beat New Jersey. Nothing crazy there. Vegas beats Minnesota, but hats off to Minnesota. I know there's a graphic going around that they had 8 years in a row. They're the only team that has like 8 years of making the playoffs in any sport and has failed to get out of the first round. So that's a tough look. Thank you so much for the coverage of the playoffs so far. Really been enjoying. I'm glad you guys enjoy. I mean, that's why I do it, man. I'm glad you were really enjoying the content. You know, it means the world to me that you guys, you enjoy it. You know, that's the reason why I make the videos. So no, that actually does mean a lot. But Vegas, Minnesota, hats off to Minnesota. Like they said, 8 years straight playoffs, but out in the first round, that's tough. But they played Vegas tough. They did. I thought that was going to be like done in 5. And Minnesota, they put up a good fight. Vegas Golden Knights against the NT Oilers because the Oilers beat the LA Kings. Because the LA Kings decided that, depth is not needed. We're just going to roll our top 9, not use our 4th line, only rely on 3 defensemen, and just hope to God that we can outlast them. Wasn't a recipe for success. I didn't understand the rationale regarding that. I just didn't. Because going into that series, I'm like, they have more depth than the Oilers. And because when you look at it, they had 8 guys with 40-plus points. In comparison to the Oilers, that only had 4 guys with 40-plus points. It's like, okay, you can kind of rely on a little bit more depth scoring from the Kings. But, Evander Kane came back for the Oilers, and the Oilers played well. They turned it around after a rough start to that series. So, I don't know. The Kings got to fix that 4th line, and they got to get another top 4 defenseman. And oh my God, it is storming. Obviously, Dallas, Colorado. That's what we're going to be watching tonight. Winnipeg versus St. Louis, 3-3. I'm like, oof. Connor Hellebuck can't make a save on the road. That's the biggest thing that I got away from this series thus far. It's kind of crazy. When you watch the game, some of those shots are some dangerous opportunities. But I think the Braden Shen one, if I remember that correctly, kind of squeaked through him. Needs to make the save there. But it's been really fun. I mean, honestly, it's been a really good playoffs thus far. And we're hoping that to continue. So it's 10 minutes to puck drop. Probably could have started this later. But since I got 10 minutes, and since I have your time, because I'll probably just splice this up into another clip for the channel. That's called using what you got to the most of your ability. All right. So where is it? Let me I want to pull up the. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull up the news tab here on the NHL.com. I like to use them because it's like the official. Come on. All right, you know what? Rangers new head coach. I'm kind of spoiling, burying the lead here. There we go. All right. Jeez Christ, Paul. That's NHL Tonight. I didn't want that. All right, let's do that. All right. Finally, just took an act of God to get this freaking article. So Sullivan, I know, Laviolette got fired, Paul, you idiot. Sullivan, hired as Rangers coach, replaces Laviolette behind the bench the past 10 seasons for the Penguins. Mike Sullivan was hired as the coach of the New York Rangers on Friday. The 57-year-old replaces Peter Laviolette, who was fired April 19th after 2 seasons. I mean, it makes that firing and hiring. The Rangers have just screwed up the coaching situation, in my opinion. Anyways, Sullivan coached the Pittsburgh Penguins last 10 season, around that April 28th, and he and his team decided to part ways. He was 409, 255, and 89 during his time in Pittsburgh, including Stanley Cup championships in 2016, 2017. He's the Penguins' all-time leader in coaching wins in the regular season Stanley Cup Playoffs. And this is what Drury had to say. Mike Sullivan has established himself as one of the premier head coaches in the NHL. Given his numerous accomplishments throughout his coaching career, including 2 Stanley Cups and leading Team USA at the international level, Mike brings a championship-level presence behind the bench. I've gotten to know Mike very well over the years, including as a teammate in the 1997 World Championships, when he coached me as a player in New York, and through our shared time together with USA Hockey. As we begin the process, Mike became an available option for us to speak with. It was immediately clear that he was the best coach to lead our team. And this is what Drury had to say about the season. Quite simply, we fell short across the board. Nobody here takes it lightly. We know our fans are frustrated and we deserve a better season than this. It starts with me. Do I really think that fixes the issues with the Rangers? I don't know. We'll see. It just baffles me with the Rangers. Because I think when they brought in Laviolette in the first place, it was them kind of just overreacting. Because I think Gallant did fine enough. And then, I don't know, man. I just think overall, hopefully for the Rangers fans, it's better. And I'm even double checking, yeah, because it was Gallant, Laviolette, then Sullivan. I mean, Gallant, and I'll share this tab. Gallant did extremely good behind the bench in 2 seasons. I don't know. And, I mean, when you look at the record with Laviolette, it was no slouch either. This year, they obviously underperformed. But I don't think a head coach alone is going to solve all the issues in New York. But hopefully maybe that can jumpstart some things. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Porsmans? Appreciate you kind of popping through. Just kind of waiting right now here for Game 7 here to kick off. So I'm just talking a little bit about the stuff around the NHL right now in between. Might as well. Got some time to kill. And Coronado signs a 7-year deal, $45.5 million contract with the Flames. At a career high in goals, points, and could have become a restricted free agent July 1st. So 6.5 AAV, 22 years old. What was the 13th? Well, what was he pick? What was his draft pick? Coronado said this about the deal. I'm really excited about it. I love playing for the Flames. I love the city, so I'm excited to be here long term and continue to get better and grow with this team. I love all the guys. I love the staff, so it's an exciting day for me and my family. So, yeah. It was, sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not missing the game because I heard the noise in the background. Had a career high goals of 24, assists with 23, points of 47. Yeah, I mean, solid little season, a 6.5 with the cap going up. That's not terrible. This is what General Manager Craig Conger had to say. As far as being locked in long term, he's a big part of the future, and we expect great things from him. So we're looking forward to seeing where this goes, but really nice of him to get it done and have him locked up for 7 more years. He's going to be a core piece here moving forward, exciting for the franchise and the city. Coronado had this to say: I just want to continue to improve and find little ways that I can help the team win more, whether it be on the defensive side of the ice or maybe finding ways to get more open in the offensive zone. Just trying to always look for little things I can do that help this team continue to win, and the playoffs are going to be a big part of this group. So I'm excited to get back to it next season. So, I mean, Boardman says, haven't really watched a single playoff game this season, personal stuff, and checking the fuck out after the trade deadline. How does Dallas look? Dallas looks good. They're missing Robertson. They're missing Haskin on the back end. You know, they're definitely missing some pieces, but they're one of the deepest teams in the NHL. Colorado I mean, Rantanen's done really well in the postseason for him, right? Like, you know, if you look at the statistics, he's done pretty solid for him. And he's kind of improved as time gone on. But Colorado's had a very good year as well. It's like this, if things were aligned differently with how the playoff works, these are two teams I can imagine that could have been facing each other in the Western Conference Finals. So this is a very good first round matchup. But Dallas is good. Jake Ottinger, very solid goaltender, obviously, and they're one of the deepest teams in the league. It's actually kind of crazy how deep they are, even with missing a guy like Robertson. And on the back end, Heiskanen. That's kind of insane when you really think about it in that way. Let me kind of get back. Where'd that page go? Share this page here just so we get ready. I don't know why the game says delayed. I've been so out of playoff mode since Tampa got eliminated. I don't know. It's playing the anthem right now. It's just starting a little bit later. It's like they say 8 o'clock, but it's more like 8:25, 8:20, 8:25. Bruce, who was your favorite hockey team? It would be the Boston Bruins. Now, I'll fully admit, I don't have a super big bias to either of these teams, but my second favorite team growing up, and this is mainly because Ray Bourque was traded to them, was the Colorado Avalanche. When Ray Bourque was traded, when I was a kid, I was like, I'm still a massive Bruins fan, but I wanted Bourque to win, so I've kind of always had a slight affection for the Avalanche. But it's weird, when you start making content, like I would still consider myself a diehard Bruins fan. You become more of a fan of like all the teams and different players and their storylines and their trajectory throughout their careers. It's weird that way, I guess. Like when you start really watching the league and covering it and trying to be as neutral and as fair as possible, there's likable parts about each team, in my opinion. I mean, I think Boston, Colorado, if I had to rank like a 3, it'd probably be Florida just because reminds me of some good versions of the Bruins team during their run. A lot of the series, they look like they have the piss and vinegar or like they're coasting. I wouldn't say they're coasting per se. It's been like, because I'll even pull up the games because it's been kind of peculiar in this way. There's been some games where Colorado's taking it to them, and there's this game where Dallas is taking it to Colorado. It's been a very like up and down series here. Let me pull it up just to kind of give you an example here. Like Colorado, game 1 won 5-1. Stars won 4-3 in overtime in game 2. Game 3, 2-1. Dallas won game 2, 4-3. Dallas won 2-1 in overtime again. Then Colorado game 4, 4-0. Then Dallas in game 5, 6-2. Then Avalanche 7-4 in game 6. So game just started. It's been a fun series in that regard. Some up and down play. Oh, big save. All right. These boys are getting physical. Oh. That would have been a nice redirect there. And they're icing it. Okay, we're icing it. 1923 here early. I like the Stars see the times to the Lakers. Probably a timing thing. Do I feel like it was smart for the Bruins to trade Marchand? Absolutely. I think the Bruins need to get whatever they could for assets, and he was an expiring contract. And if the Panthers win, they get a 2027 first round pick. Or is it 2020? I have to double check that, but they have a first round pick for that, which you can't really complain about when you're dealing with a guy whose contract's expiring, who you're not sure if you're going to be able to retain. Even though, like, I would have liked to see him stay in Boston for his career, but he's not the same guy that he was in his prime. 8:53, McKinnon. He's got some wheels to Natchez shot. Good stop there by Ottinger. Natchez just kind of did a flyby on the rebound. Uh-oh. Donatov, he's going on the forecheck here. Makar able to gather it behind the net. The Avs have such phenomenal, like their top players are such phenomenal skaters. It's fun to watch. Kelly, he's getting after that. Oh, Stars going on the power play here. Stars now got that extra man out. Stars playing without the point, throw it across. Down low beneath the goal line. They're taking their time here. Makes sense, right? You got the one man out. Like, might as well make this a power play as well. Rantanen up. Point. Shoots. All right. And they got possession, Colorado. Oof. It's a holding penalty, huh? Can't do that, Kelly. By the way, I'm not looking at the graphic because it's a little bit ahead of my stream, I guess. Harley here on the back end. Over to Duchesne. Duchesne throws it. Colorado is not able to clear. Harley across to Duchesne. Duchesne down low. Rantanen holding it behind the goal. He's trying to find somebody. Back to Harley. Back to Rantanen. Rantanen here at the faceoff dot. Over to Johnston in the slot. That was good defensive play there. I think that was by Makar there. Harley here. Point. Rantanen. Ooh, just fumbles that puck. Harley. Oh, good save there. That was a good little play there right there to Johnson. Harley to Johnson right there. Good save there by Blackwood. And Stars keep it in. Johnson down low to Rantanen. Hintz. Johnson over to Rantanen. Rantanen holding it down net. Oh, try to sauce that in front. And the pass. Oh, they're going all the way out. So, 25 seconds here on the power play. Come on. Ben Lindell. Good save by I think he got a piece of that Blackwood. Dallas had some good pressure. Oh, outside the zone. Dallas has had some good pressure here. Jamie Benn here. Red line. Trying to get right back in. Good move over to Granlund. Granlund. Throwing it down low to Ben. Ben. Oh, try to hit that slot. CC. Oh, good block. Hit him. Oh, man. He could have hit Kelly there. Oh, it didn't get on net. After Gorgiev was terrible for the Avs, they needed an upgrade. Do you like the graphic on screen from the NHL.com, or would you guys rather be full camera and I can put banners? Let me know. So I'll adjust it if needed, if it's better. Oh, Dallas. Oh, you're trying to hit him streaking. Linda up. Chuskin here in pursuit. Avalanche trying to get something going here. Throw it back around. Down low there in the Avs end. Mason all the way down. Oh, Dell grabs it. But Avs keeping up decent pressure here in Chuskin. Ref gets completely folded. Chuskin, big boy. Official is a big boy. Jesus Christ. .6'7". That's insane. That's a big boy. Should be in the NBA too. Come on. 13:42. This game is like moving. McKinnon here. Stops there. Face off. Outside face off circle. Ooh. Ned just got with some nice little whack down. Holy crap. 13:09 here. Stars now on the offensive end for the Avs. Kelly all the way down. Connor keeps it in. It's fourth line for the Avs, man. They got some pep in their step. Lindgren all the way around. Drury. It's kind of funny seeing a Drury back in Colorado. Landeskog here fighting. Oh, Nelson did a flyby. Wow, Colorado's picking it up. Oh, Landeskog tried to sauce that over. That would have been a disgusting play. 11:55, man. It's a nonstop hockey action. This is good back and forth here. Oh, Blackwood got caught cheating that one. That was a... I think that might have just barely went off of Blackwood. Good glove save. High sticking most likely there. Double minor. Oof. 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 Oof, I gotta, hold on. Oof. Good thing about YouTube TV, I can kind of go back and watch. I don't have to, like, wait for... Oh, I gotta see this again. Right in the face, he just cross-checks him. Why? That was just dumb. That was just really dumb by Jamie Benn. Holy shit.
What are we doing today, Coach? Today, we're going to work on our check.
That was really dumb.
A bit of a misunderstanding. I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance. And whether they need car, home, boat, or pet coverage. Precisely. Now, let's go again. Susan, always wanted to do that. My turn. Switching safe. Get more with Geico.
Yeah, and they kind of adjust that a little bit. Makes it a little bit better.
It's killing me.
It's usually just one person trying on shoes.
Discover doubles your cash back at the end of your first year, so I'm going to use mine to get something for my beautiful stunt double, Eileen.
You earn, we match.
Wow.
Discover Cashback Match.
We'll take them.
Right? On Chewy, save 35%.
Yeah, that was like a really fucking dumb penalty to take. Like, why in the fuck would you do that? Why would you just be like, right in front, boom, like that's where they're going to be staring at anyways. Like, if you're going to try to do some dirty stuff, at least do it like outside the play. I mean, Jesus Christ, that was dumb. Jamie Benn has some freaking, he takes some dumb penalties. He has some infamous moments regarding that. That was just really stupid. That's why a lot of like fans and teams, like fans of other teams, don't like Jamie Benn, because he has a lot of these questionable moves and penalties. It's like kind of scumbag behavior. He's bleeding good on the bench. So 4-minute power play here for the Dallas Stars. For the Colorado Avalanche. Why would you do this? How fucking stupid can you be? What an idiot. Jamie Benn's a fucking moron. Sorry, like, when I watch games live, I get a little... Alright, well, Stars clear that out. There is a double minor here, and the ref decides to play hacky sack with the puck. Nature's back here to Makar. They're going to try to wind things up here. Oh, Makar. What a... Ooh, he had a nice little opportunity there to go all the way through, and... Oh, Stars can't clear. Landeskog throws it behind McKinnon. It goes outside the zone. But McKinnon, because he's got wheels, he's going to the net. Oh, good left pad save there by Ottinger. Jesus Christ, he is so fast. I wish I was that fast on skates. This guy's incredible. Oh, good defense right there, McKinnon. Oh, okay. Oh, Natchez, I think get some. Makar just kicked. That was a crazy kick to keep that out. Oh, that would have been a pretty play. Would have been a backdoor feed. Stars clear it out. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left on this power play. Makar could have played soccer. Probably would have been better than the trash on the U.S. national team. Nelson coming up the skate. Throws it over to Drouin. Drouin at the line to Taves. Taves down low. Nelson. Nelson and Drouin. Drouin working on the half wall. To Taves. Crossing to Chuskin. Back to Taves. Back to Drouin. Uh-oh. They're going for the perfect one-timer, getting the goalie to move laterally, and I respect it. They still got 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on this power play. I do think they would have I think they'd benefit of just getting like a net front presence and trying to shoot low for a rebound that they can kind of bang home. But yeah, they're showing McKinnon's just speed. Kind of crazy. All right, 2 minutes and 22 seconds left here. And the Stars cleared all the way down. So, Natchez coming with speed over to McKinnon. McKinnon stops. Down to Natchez. Natchez up to McKinnon. McKinnon down to Natchez. I mean, I don't mind that play by Natchez. You know, try to get something on Ottinger, make him work for it at least. And Stars cleared again. This has been a good penalty kill though by the Stars. I think the Avalanche again try to get a little bit too cute with it. It doesn't have to be the perfect play, guys. McKinnon's so fast, just weaving through. Loses the puck over to Natchez. Natchez back to the point. McCarr, ooh, spin cycle on Johnston. McKinnon, curling. All right, guys, just. Oof, what a hell of a shot. McCarr all the way around to McKinnon. McKinnon. Stars are doing a very good job killing this. Lehkonen. McCarr over to Lind. Ooh, Lindskog. Oh, that was a pretty play right there, almost. Landeskog. Stars clear again. This is a massive penalty kill thus far. Terrible turnover by McKinnon. That was a terrible turnover. Can't do that. Stars are doing a good job. Nelson here in the corner, fighting Coyle as well. Chuskin. Oh, great kick save there by friggin' Ottinger. Nelson, this is what they should have been doing the whole time. Getting pucks on net front presence. These guys out here on the ice are keeping it a little bit simpler. That's icing. Appreciate you popping in there, poor man. That is a great penalty kill there by the Stars. As when the power play, face off. Shane over to Ben. Logan O'Connor here in pursuit. Kelly, a hit on Marshman. Let's get a little dump in. Good move there. Get it deep. They got to be careful there. Don't get too many men on the ice, Pony. Oh, 2-on-1. Good save by Blackwood. Good back check there. Was that by McKinnon? Yep, that was a good back check by McKinnon. Oh, so we're going to commercial here for a second. You know, I know it's the first period, but man, that could be a turning point there. That's crazy. I mean, the Avalanche, I really liked when they had that other unit come on with, like, you know, what was that? Nelson, Coyle. They just kept it a little bit more simple, and they got some really good chances there. Colorado, I feel like, has so much talent on that power play unit that they get a little bit too cute with it. Whereas I think if they simplified that a little bit, they might have got a goal there. But that was a terrific penalty kill by the Stars. For the most part, keeping to the outside, good defensive sticks to break up passes. And Andre made some great saves. I mean, like when it was that Nichushkin went across his face and he made a nice right pad save. So that's off the Stars. A great kill.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Oh, it's the Capital One Bank guy. That's me.
Oh, man.
What do you do outside the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean? No fees on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Help me sleep at night. What's in your wallet?
Oh, man. All right. 6:27. We're just getting back from commercial.
I don't know how you forget that. Well, lots of cool things happened to him. It's not like he
6:20 here in the first.
with Dallas.
Chuskin unable to gather that. Ooh, off the outside of the post there. Granlund shot on net. Nelson, that looked offside. Yeah, like that was definitely offside.
Sadal was one of the great Ironmen in the history of the league. He played at one point his career 800
6:01 left here in the first.
office for the Colorado Avalanche. So whoever it is, you end up with a chance, and maybe it's your moment. And all the work you put in is to be ready for when that opportunity shows up. For Kivarasa, the day showed up, and he scores 3 goals. Of course, they're not
Coyle out here on the draw against Duchesne.
Jonathan Drouin had a really quiet series. Matt Duchene for Dallas, a really quiet series. Neither of them have scored. They could be a player that jumps in.
And Avs get that.
So many connections between
Mason shot blocked. Marsh, that could have been, like, if that was a little different angle there, Marshman could have had some there. Schlupp. And the Stars ice that all the way. 5 shots to 3 in favor of the Avalanche. There's been some close opportunities. Shot total doesn't necessarily indicate how many chances there's been. Now look at this beautiful diamond. Stars had such good rotation on that. On that penalty kill. Natchez with some speed. Shoots it on net. Blocker save there by Ottinger. He steers it away. McKinnon here on the right half wall. He gathers it over to Natchez. Natchez back up to the point to Taves. Ooh, he lets a shot rip a little too high. The Cars, he's down low. He's trying to keep it in. And Stars will get a break here. Back to Bischel. Bischel, big boy. He throws it deep. Lindell keeps it in all the way around. Stars trying to get some offensive zone time here. Makes sense. Oh, McCarr skates it, throws it up. Drouin. Nope, Kelly, sorry. That's 17, not 27. Ooh, Drury. Throwing it down low. All the way back to the defenseman. Let's get right across. Shot. Blocker saved by Lindgren from the point. From Lindgren on point. On net. Jesus Christ, Paul. Can't speak. English is not my first language, apparently. This period's been, like, really just not too many breaks. A lot of fast action. Fast pace. Maybe a few icings. Not too many commercial breaks. After a 20-minute wait to start an 8 o'clock game. Better damn well not be. Blackwell up to... Ooh, Landeskog trying to throw him into the... And that's offside. Landeskog was trying to throw him into the bleachers. Into the bench.
Was already in there. The Stanley Cup Playoffs coming your way tonight from Big D, Dallas, Texas. Yo, I can ball pro in this. I can guard to the air route to it. Sure about that? So I was looking for a quarterback? Go! You're right, Billy. He's due for him. Every shoe for every athlete. Nick's is the go.
As a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, Nick feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things, like crossing this river. What if his feet get wet? Did he bring extra socks? Are there salmon in the river? Are salmon aggressive? Nick has a lot of things to worry about. But as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
All it does is take. And sooner or later, it takes you over. It takes every breath. It takes your body. One night, it will take your dream. The next night, it will take someone else's. It takes. Just when you have nothing left, it gives.
Welcome back to Dallas. Here with Jared Bednar. You guys got a 4-minute power play early. What did you see?
Well, we had a couple good looks.
Oh.
Pressure's coming. I think other penalties going in their D zone. We did a nice job working underneath them a couple times and getting to the net front of them a little bit instead of foul. Couldn't capitalize, but that's the way it goes. They both teams with a big field already. Both teams also with an offensive zone penalty, which isn't ideal. So
3:49 here in the first.
Jared Bednar said this morning the key for the Avs is pace. They want to take advantage of
Oh, that's crazy. 159 minutes of tied time on it. That's crazy. For tied games. Oh, bad turnover there. Stars. Oh, and there it is. The slot, and he missed. Stars had a golden opportunity there if they were able to corral that. Oh my God! I think that hopped right over his stick. Or
You missed his turn at the pinata because you were busy not missing hockey. Watch in-game highlights, stories, and post-game recaps only with the NHL app. Second round gets started Monday in Toronto in the first game of the second round series between Carolina and Washington.
all right, Colorado wins it. Landeskog up all the way around here in the Stars' end. Stars up. Oh, try to feed over through Sagan, but didn't work. Nature's here in the offensive zone. McCarr. Ooh, goes off a skater leg there. McCarr dancing at the blue line. Nature's down to Lehkonen. Lehkonen doesn't able to get it there. Past McCarr, and the Stars able to change. Devin Taves throws it up. And they were not able to gather that, so Stars get it. Ben deep. Johnston was not able to get that puck. Battle here. Taves over to McCarr. Johnson. Ooh. Logan O'Connor loses an edge there, but still managed to get it out. 5-4 shots on goal. It's kind of crazy. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Taves was just gathered behind the net, pursued by Ben. Taves going for a line change. Ooh. That was Logan O'Connor. That flub almost actually gave him a really good chance to score there. Drury here battling in the corner. And, oh. It's crazy. Bishop almost lost an edge there. Ranton in here. Ooh, gets upended. Stars still maintain possession. Try to hit the point, but able to get it. 2-on-2 here. Drouin. Ranton gathers it. This has been incredible back and forth. Holy crap. Bach. Lindgren. Oh, Lindgren's getting pursued by Steal a lot. Advantage. Oh, Drouin doesn't able to get that out. Lindgren here in pursuit. Bach up down low for the Stars. And they just managed to get it out of the zone. No icing there. 45 seconds left. Holy cow. This has been a good back and forth. Juskin tries to throw that across. Ooh, Nelson tried to feed McKinnon, but couldn't get it clear too. Oh, great poke check there by Taves. 16 seconds here. McCarr. 5 seconds left here. Chuskin's got some, not much time. Tries to center it, nobody there. End of the first, and I think some Stars players took some exception to that late attempt of a shot. Third scoreless period of the series. That's crazy. Yes, I can't show the game unless I want my channel completely removed off the platform, so I'm not going to do that.
Great period for the Colorado Avalanche. Textbook on the road, back and forth action, no harm, no foul. Great period. You can see why DeBur's 8-0 in game 6.
Alrighty.
Well coached. Unbelievable period for Dallas as well.
I'll be back for the second period. I gotta do a couple things, so we'll be back. Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing, man? Don't mind me. Just enjoying
Bruh.
some dinner while I watch the game.
Let's go, man. I'm so pumped to see you here, man. Nice. That's
yes.
gonna make. Let's see. Have you watched the game at all, or you just
I
got home?
just got home.
It's been a
But
pretty good game.
It looks like, from what I've seen so far, from what I've heard, looks like Dallas's defense is locking down the neutral zone, keeping the Avalanche at bay, kind of thing. But it seems that the Avalanche are pushing a little bit more. Is that
So-
kind of yeah?
So I'll kind of say this. So like how the first there was Jamie Benn.
Mm-hmm.
He took a stupid cross-checking penalty across I think it was Nichushkin's face.
Of course.
Got a double minor, and the Avalanche had 4 minutes on a power play to capitalize. I felt like their top unit got too cute with the puck, but also hats off to the Stars. Their rotation was just insane defensively, and they killed it off. So it's been a good back and forth game. Like nothing really super crazy challenge wise, but I would say there's some good neutral zone play there by the Stars. I would even say by the Avalanche. Again, there were some chances, but I think it's going to ramp up here in the second. Personally.
Yeah. I was just looking at some of the highlights while you were speaking. It looks like the Avalanche are just on the verge of finding their seams and finding their holes, and the Dallas Stars are still trying to figure out how to really get out of the zone and push out. But they're, like you said, they were rotating defensively pretty well. So that's a big thing. But when you have a star like McKinnon on the other side who can fly just as well as McDavid, you have to be careful. You can't give them that much puck time and stuff like that. So
No.
let's see how it turns out, because they just started.
Oh, you're a little bit ahead of me.
Oh, okay. So I already know what to do. I know how to shut up.
Sorry, dude. I have a YouTube TV, so it's I
Okay.
don't know. It's just like my face-off just happened for me.
Oh, I'm at 37, 36, 35. Yeah.
I'm at 55, 54, so you're a little bit
Okay.
ahead of me.
All right. About a 20-second delay. Got it.
Yeah. Let me
So
make
I'll
sure
be
it's
I'll
like-
be in and out of muting myself just while I eat, just because, like I said, I just got home. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
And I don't
That's-
smack my teeth, sir, but I'll be kosher.
Yeah. So, ooh, nice little chance there. I do wonder. This is kind of sort of related to this playoff series. Do you think the league would be better going back to the 1v8 thing? So like a team like these two type of teams. I know they didn't finish 1 and 2 in the Western Conference, but you'd have more even same division teams playing in the conference finals.
So I'll say this, right? That's where I think the NBA has a slight edge, as far as like how they've come about to their current playoff situation, right? That whole play-in thing makes the end of the season super lively, right? Because they'll have the top teams set, and then it's kind of like a playoff to get into the playoffs for the for the last spot between 8, 9, and 10, I think it is, up to they have like 14 playoff type of thing, and then and they kind of get in, and that I think is super exciting. It brings more, and it gives teams that, hey, maybe some teams like that get into the playoffs at the right before the end of the season, whatever, or some teams that made like real good pushes to the end of the season, they still have a chance because they can win a playoff spot, and it creates more excitement. I'm not saying it's the best thing, but man,
Right.
Watching the NBA playoffs, that playoff format with the with that play-in playoff round, that's really cool. And it's like a basically it's like a 2-game series. It's like the first game you play one team, whoever wins there plays the next team, and then whoever wins that becomes like the 8th seed.
Right.
And
Well, I mean-
it's exciting. It creates a whole different level of excitement. And then there's some teams that that end up on the cusp that are good enough to probably win the whole thing that get left out because maybe the beginning of the season was trash.
I think that's fair. I mean, I know just because I know we're watching hockey. I also the NBA. It was kind of cool seeing the Lakers get eliminated in 5. So, just saying.
On that note, right? It's funny because I've seen so many memes and videos where Shannon Sharp was like, Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Yeah, Lakers lost in 5. They didn't win in 5, but they lost in 5. So, yeah, but I mean, again, it gives opportunity, and if you're the team that's supposed to be there, you're gonna show out. And like I said, sometimes some teams have unfortunate situations. For example, a team like Columbus that they had to deal with a tremendous tragedy to start the season. They had to find themselves. They had to kind of rebuild the team at the beginning of the season, but they found their form about midway, and they were on the cusp of making the playoffs. Imagine that team making the playoffs. They could have made. They probably could have made some noise. I'm not saying they would have won it all, but they could have made some noise. They probably could have gotten in and caused some of these other teams a difficult situation. So I think they should examine that and maybe say, hey, let's try it a year, let's see how it goes, and then go from there. But I think it's not too bad of a whole playoff situation. I like that little format. It makes it really interesting because it has all the teams. So, I mean, when you have 2 teams that are not going to make the playoffs towards the end of the season, right? Yeah. It becomes one of those things where it's like, oh, they're boring to watch. You lose a lot of people, right? But if you know that they're playing to make the play-in playoffs, right? It keeps it alive for a lot more teams, not just the top 8 teams that are in there, right? It kind of keeps it going. Yeah, you have guys that are in the hunt, but within the last 2 years or 3 years, I think we've had teams that won their play-in to the playoffs in the last night, right? But if we have a couple of teams that are fighting to get to that play-in position, I think it'd be a lot more exciting.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, crazy stat, Peter DeBoer is undefeated in Game 7s. That's kind of crazy. But, yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't mind them trying to experiment with a play-in. I just don't know because of the tradition with the NHL, like having 8 teams make it and that's it. But then you could kind of argue because of the expansion and the growth over the years, maybe you could consider having a play-in so you could kind of have it where, what would it be, like 7, 8, 9, 10 battling for 2 spots or something?
Yep.
That would make it fun.
Yeah, because, I mean, let's face some facts. It isn't like the NBA started that way. They were also, eight-aside league, and they took the risks with this whole play-in thing, and it really took off, and it brought life to the NBA. So, like, all the way to the end, there are teams fighting just to get into the play-in position. So it just adds an extra level of like, oh my god, Yeah. And at the same time, right, for the teams that have already secured their position, it gives them a couple of extra days to like get that rest, heal some guys up. So it kind of works out for everybody because now you see those better teams really have their best team on the ice, the best team possible.
Yeah. I mean, again, it would be interesting to see if they went that way. Oh, good little kick save there by Ottinger. I think the Avs, again, their biggest crux in that first period was getting too cute at times. Instead of just kind of getting some low shots on net and kind of making Ottinger work. Because he can let up some juicy rebounds. Connor here battling. I mean, I know you're like 20 seconds ahead of me, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm obviously assuming that mutes for something.
Definitely have to mute it because you can hear my TV. So if something happens, you're going to hear it. You'll be like, wait, what? So
actually, I can't because I have like the game playing through my headphones as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So don't feel, Also, we could time it where we're on the same time, right? Because are you streaming or are you watching on TV?
I'm watching on TV.
Oh, okay, never
And
mind.
and this isn't my DVR box. My DVR box, I can pause it and slow it down. Like when I used to be in my other room, I
Yeah.
can slow it down and pause it, and then you tell me when you get to this point, and then we continue together. But here, I don't have that option in this room.
It's all good, man. I mean, you know what's crazy? For the most part, there's just some chances here for both teams, but like they've kept both teams have kept them to the outside for the most part. Nothing been super dangerous here. Would you say this has been the best series in the playoffs, the first round?
I'll say it'll be the most exciting series for the reason that both of these teams are known for their offense a lot more than.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! What a
Yep,
save!
yep. I didn't want to say anything,
Holy shit! What a save by Blackwood!
but both
I
of
would have
these
tore
teams
my
are
hip. I would have tore my hip up again.
But both of these
Sorry,
teams
go
are known
ahead.
for their offense. They're known for having very the ability to score very quickly and all that. But what's shining for both of these teams throughout this series has been kind of like their defense, poking their head in here and stopping the other guys, and and then eventually one cracks, right? So this game 7 right now, it looks like everybody's trying to make sure that they're not the ones that crack.
Yeah. I mean, this is off his skate. That's crazy. So Stars had a little good push here. Avs are trying to get something going here. Uh-oh. Oh. That was a good
Okay,
little
so-
opportunity there for Duchesne. He had that far side open.
So, so going into the goaltending situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the one of the biggest things that I've noticed with goalies right now is a lot of them duck when the puck is
Appreciate it,
coming to
Rosie.
them.
Go ahead, though.
Oh yeah, no. That a lot of these goalies are beginning to they duck their head down when the puck is coming towards them. And that's been a very new development over the past, I think, two years, maybe 3, where a lot of goalies are doing that. And when they do that, they get beat like right around the head area and stuff like that. Whereas if you look back, you look at guys like Henrik Lundqvist, even Hasek, they'll go. I think even Fleury at times has done it where they see the puck coming towards their face and they'll go face first. They're like, I'm stopping this puck. It's crazy. It's crazy because it's
yeah.
You have the protection. It isn't like you don't, and I get it. Obviously with technology and everything, they get hit hard. The pucks
I mean,
are.
the stick technology. Listen, I played goalie for a handful of games, and I'll say this: when I got hit in the head, it rings your ears, and that's playing in high school. So, I understand why some wouldn't want to be get ripped. It's the reason why I think sometimes like a lot of goaltenders will get exposed is because of how butterfly is so prevalent now. They go into the butterfly too quickly. You know what I mean? Instead of standing up, taking the shot, being in position, like they're immediately going right into a butterfly position. Thus, they're getting something ripped right by their head. Whereas sometimes that shot would be like chest level. You get what I'm saying? And you muted your mic?
I do.
Okay.
I do. But that's why I have so much respect for those goalies that, stop the puck or whatever. They didn't shy away from it. I mean, you look at Lundqvist. Some big saves that he made throughout his career were coming towards his head, and he'd soccer hit it up. Like he directed over the net or to the side or out of play. But he never shied away from it.
No, he didn't. I mean, Jonathan Quick, like, Thorne's put in there, definitely was one of those type of goaltenders. How shall I say it? I mean, Hasek would throw his like any body part to get in front of a puck.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of crazy considering like how the goaltending equipment's gotten so much better. How guys back then would just like, I mean, just imagine like the '60s and '70s.
Oh my God.
Like
a little
eating
plastic
pucks to
piece
the
in
teeth.
front of their face. Like, what is that stopping, guy? I mean, but at the same time, pucks were not being elevated that high. They weren't.
No, not until Bobby Hull. It's actually funny when Bobby Hull of the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, good save there by Blackwood. When Bobby Hull put a curve on his stick, like the first ever curve, that's when pucks started to really rise like that. It was like a big innovation at the time. Like they would, if I remember correctly, they would heat up the sticks and then like kind of bend them, and I think in a door frame or something. It was crazy because the pucks would like rise at such a good level. 2-on-1 maybe. Oh no, 3-on-2. Ooh, that would have been a golden chance there. I feel like there's been a little bit more open chances here in the second. Yeah, Gar Snow's pad were huge. That's what he was known for. And being a terrible general manager. Those two things. Good kick pad save there by Blackwood. So, have you watched the series at all?
I have. I've watched a couple of the games.
Isn't it kind of it's interesting in a way, right? Like Blackwood's had some stellar games, and he's had some games where he's gotten lit up, and it's not all on him because some of it's been the defensive play around him. When you look at either of these teams and how they've been able to get score quickly, then also have a lot of goals lit up against them, do you have any concerns after this series about their defensive aspects of their games?
Not really. You know why? Because every team is built different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every time you go into a series, you're not going to necessarily play the same way you played the last series. So your game will be different. Your defensive schemes are going to be different. Your breakouts are going to be different. You're going to be paying attention to certain players that maybe you weren't paying attention to in the previous series. For example, in this situation, you have McKinnon, right? Although he's like their center, right?
Yeah.
He likes to go on the left side, right? He likes to go on the left side for some reason, and then cut across and so on. Whereas if you go against McDavid, you don't have to really worry about him going to the left side or the right side. You kind of got to worry about him going everywhere. So you'd play him differently,
Yeah.
right? Because he'll go right down the middle if you give it to him.
Yeah, no, he's just got such a quick. He's like a Ferrari, right? Like he can go from 0 to 60 in like a second.
Right.
It's really impressive.
But that's what I mean. Like that's why you can't base the next series, against the series that they're currently in. Whoever wins this series, you have to look at how they've done with that type of talent in the past throughout the season, and whether they have the same players, so on and so forth.
Ooh.
Yeah, you saw
Dallas
that.
Dallas is going on the power play.
Now, see, both of these teams have deadly power players, but their penalty killing is also underrated. They both have very good penalty kills, and both of their penalty kills can score. So, although Dallas is getting the power play, they need to also be careful.
Yeah, that happened kind of quick, but I mean that's a penalty for sure. Can't do that. So look at.
But yeah, going back to my previous point is like, and answering your question is like, I wouldn't have a major concern unless they lost somebody in the rotation, or unless they might be getting someone back into the rotation. Robertson isn't in this game, correct? He's still out?
Yeah, Robertson is, and Heiskanen isn't in there for the Stars on defense. So
okay.
So they're missing some pieces. Like, if they both come back for the next series, I think I give the Stars even a greater chance to represent the West because the Stars, I mean, we've talked about it. They made so many additions that they're like one of the deepest teams in the NHL. Good defensive play there by O'Connor. Logan O'Connor's got a little bit of pep in his step. Center. What a goal! Oh! Logan O'Connor with a beautiful feed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dude, Logan O'Connor has been such a good player in this series, man. He's really stepped up. What a play. That's backbreaking for the Stars.
And what did I just say? What did I just say about the penalty kill?
Yeah, you did. It's like, look at that. Just such a smart play. Stop up, feed it in the slot.
Wow. Even in the video game, people don't do that. Just saying.
Facts.
No shots fired. Just speaking truth.
So that's a big one. Mason gets on the board. All created by the myth, the legend, Logan O'Connor. That guy, dude, Avalanche fans love him. They got him from Pittsburgh. They love that man. I think that man, even if he's a fourth, third line, he could get a statue in the Avalanche outside the... is it still called the Pepsi Center? I forget. But, wow.
I think it is so called the Pepsi Center.
Yeah. Like, that was such a nice play. 40 seconds here. I mean, for me, not for you. I love the power play.
Notice how I kept quiet, right? When you were talking,
Yeah,
I was like, oh, let me just shut up. I saw it happen. I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'll see his reaction.
Oh, good save. And can't get it out. Harley here. Down low to Marshman. Marshman. Over to Sagan. Trying to find... He's going to... Oh. Oh, that was a good defensive play. Skate with it. Taves is going to get even here. So 850 here in the second for me, and not for Fajardo. That'd be like 820. 11 shots to 9 in favor of the Avs. What have you thought about this second period thus far? Some good back and forth action?
I think that both teams are kind of like opening the door a little bit, and then obviously with that goal, Dallas is going to start feeling the pressure, and they're going to start probably doing some things that are uncharacteristic for them, and if they don't do it correctly, they're just going to open the door for Colorado to score another one. So
yeah, and that's the dangerous. Careful. That's the dangerous thing when you play a team like Colorado, and I'd say the same thing to playing a game like Dallas, is once you stop taking care of your proper defensive assignments, both teams can score like 3 goals in a handful of minutes. It's why they're both so dangerous. I mean, we've seen that historically with the Avalanche, especially with McKinnon and, when he was here, Rantanen, who's now playing with the Stars, funny enough.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where both teams need to be careful. I know Colorado's up right now, but they need to make sure that they don't get overconfident. Keep playing the same game you're playing. Don't change anything at the moment. Maybe tighten up a little bit more defensively. Don't take that many risks, right? Allow Dallas to take the risk and capitalize on their mistakes.
Rose said, the trickle into the net is a backbreaker for Andre. Yeah, I mean, he got most of it. Not all of it. Because Andre's, I think he's made some nice stops in this game. Nichushkin, Landeskog on the half wall. I think Mark Messier said it best, right? You want to get your chances, but you don't want to take chances. So, it's playing smart. Ooh, that was a nice rip there. Chushkin all the way around. Your boy Lindgren, former New York Ranger.
I was going to say that earlier, but I left it alone.
I think he's done pretty steady there in the back end for the Avs. He's giving them some nice depth. That they really needed, honestly. Mason. Oh, I think he should have just shot that. You know what I mean? Just kind of make Andre build up a sweat. Make him work for it.
When he tried to pass it down low and it
Yeah.
went to the corner, yeah, he should have
Yeah.
shot that.
Nature's got some wheels. Dude, this whole like the Avalanche, like McKinnon, Nature's, they all got wheels. It's crazy. Battling here on the half wall. Drouin. Charlie Coyle, former Bruin. Oh, see, a little dirty. Oh, big saves by Onger though. But you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be pretty all the time.
Just get the pucks to the net. I mean,
Yeah, just
whether you're playing a video game, whether you're playing, pee-wee hockey, it doesn't really matter. The message has always been the same. Get the puck to the net. Unless you have a secure pass, yeah, we could all get fancy every now and then it'll get through. But when you're playing playoff hockey, you don't really necessarily want to be fancy. You kind of just want to make sure that you're getting the puck on net to give yourself a chance at a rebound or something. Maybe it squeaks through. I've seen a lot of goals that just squeak through a goalie, and it was a simple shot. So take the shot, right?
Landeskog and Ben were kind of getting into it there. I'll say the Landeskog story has been amazing in that regard.
Yep, I'm happy that he's made his comeback. He obviously isn't at peak form yet, but he isn't like, oh my god, you can see the rust.
No, it's actually I'll be honest, for being out of the game for 3 freaking years, it's actually impressive how solid he looks, man. He's a point per game in this series. So he's giving you everything you want and then some, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? It's just he only played a couple of games down with Colorado, the Eagles, I should say. Oh, the Avs are starting to kind of just they're trying to get the greasy stuff. Oh man, they're.
Yeah, a little scrum, a little, but that's what you want to see, right? I mean, for Colorado, it's good because it's like what is that? Their fourth line, their third line, that's getting feisty and getting these opportunities and pushing, right? Considering that they're playing Dallas's I think second line was on there, so they're doing well against the top lines. So
yeah, like
right
Drury's
now,
been a nice. The Avalanche did a really good job of adding some nice pieces. But go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's good for Colorado to be able to rotate all 4 lines. Where I think that right now Dallas is looking at just keeping it 2, and then every once in a while sprinkling in the third or the fourth, just to kind of give the other 2 a breather, because they know they're behind and they want to tie it up at least as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen their fourth line out as much. I've seen them rotate their third line in it, but it's kind of what happened with the LA Kings versus Edmonton Oilers. Like the Oilers beat the Kings mainly because the Kings did not play their fourth line like at all, and then they only played like 3 defensemen, averaged over 20 minutes. The fourth guy, Clark, I think was like around 12 minutes, and then the other defenseman just never saw the ice. So it's it's like a war of attrition. You gotta rotate your guys. You gotta give your lineup some rest and allow your first, second, third line guys, your first D pairing, your second D pairing guys. Doesn't have to be amazing minute, doesn't have to be locked down, but you have to give them some type of breath,
Yeah.
So I imagine the LA Kings are going to be in the market for some fourth liners.
I don't see, the funny thing with LA is like the way they rebuilt their team. I mean, they've done it subtly, piece by piece, year by year kind of thing. There hasn't been any major or drastic change. Everybody thought that the change would come 2 years ago, They thought that Kopitar's going to be traded. You know, the major pieces. I think they only traded one person away. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, no, they traded like, I mean, they didn't.
They only
Like,
traded like
quick.
one or two people. That's it over the past like 2 years that were like major role players for them, right? And they didn't necessarily get someone crazy in return because they've been building the team slowly and steadily behind, knowing that the time will soon come for someone like Kopitar to step down. So it's been a situational thing where, yeah, they lost this guy, but the next guy coming up is almost as good and can hold their own.
Right.
And with the system that they have, they've been able to really lock in and play very well. You know, it's it's good to see that a team can still do that because obviously we've seen a lot of other teams just say, you know, F that and completely just do a rebuild. All right, we're going to trade this piece away, this piece away, this piece away, this piece away. We're going to go look and get this person in free agency. We're going to try and get this. They didn't do all that. You know, they did their drafting. They got some guys, you know,
I mean,
some
like
role players.
Byfield for the Kings has developed well, pretty nicely. I think.
Kempe.
You know, I would say I do think they need to improve that fourth line. Like, if you're not gonna have faith in them, you know, gotta improve that because if you don't trust them to play in the big moments,
100%. But I think that was a mistaken judgment by them. I don't think that they couldn't trust their fourth line. I think they didn't trust them, but I think that if they would have trusted them, it would have been a different outcome. Not saying they would have won, but I think that it would have been probably more of a team effort and not really losing because of fatigue.
So I have 2 minutes and 55 seconds here in the second.
Jesus.
What?
Jesus. No, that's just 20 seconds behind me.
Okay. I'm like expecting a big play now.
Oh no, I was just saying that due to the fact that you were 20 seconds behind me. That's it.
Oh no, I thought like
come on, I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody. I'm not gonna say, "Oh my God, there goes a goal." I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. We did that in the past, right? I know I hurt your feelings, and I apologize for it back then. I'll apologize for it now. Jesus Christ, let's get over it already. All right, I'm not gonna do that to you.
No, it's. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I could simulcast this with you.
Yeah, that would be a lot easier.
I probably actually could do that.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to put the stream up, right? I mean,
no, I think I could simulcast on Discord. No, I think I could simulcast on like Discord.
Oh, okay.
Share, I think, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I know how to keep my mouth shut. I'm good.
So all the way around.
The one thing I would say for Dallas right now is don't overextend yourself where you leave yourself in a bad situation. Maybe begin to get a little bit more physical. Try to wear down Colorado a little bit, so that maybe you know force an opening in your favor.
Yeah.
But nothing drastic should change, not yet, because it's only a 1-goal game, and you don't want it to get away from you early because you were chasing a 1-goal lead.
Dude, Logan O'Connor's got some wheels, man. That's the one thing I've noticed. The fourth line of the Avs have really stood out in this period. Like, really stood out to me. They've been doing a good job of forechecking, even, like, maintaining some offensive zone pressure. Oh, what a move. So 1-0 after 2.
Yeah, I mean, again, my advice to Dallas is, one, don't overexert yourself, right, and leave openings for the other team yet, right? Wait until it's absolutely necessary. If it's a 1-goal game, 7 to 5 minutes within that range is when you should start stretching a little bit more, but keep a level head. Start playing a little more physical. Give them a reason to cringe on every puck possession. Get pucks on net, and have the people crashing the net. That's the other thing that I think I noticed about Dallas. What they're not doing, at least, is crash the net. Like, take some shots, crash the net, right? Hope for a bounce there. Because trying to play it around to get a good shot, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not getting the shot, and you're missing opportunities. Take the opportunity, take the shots, hope for a rebound, and hope to get something from that. But don't hold the puck in hopes to get an opening only. But yeah, small intermission is what we're doing, right?
Yeah, hold on. This is actually perfect because you're an unfortunate Ranger fan. So Sullivan, the new head coach. I did try to do this in the first little before the game, but actually be probably going to use this as a clip for the channel because why the hell not? So tell me, how do you feel about Sullivan being the new head coach of the New York Rangers?
It's a great move. I think a lot of fans, because I had season tickets at the time that he was an assistant coach, and then he left. A lot of the fans, we were very, very upset when he didn't become the head coach for us, and he moved on to Pittsburgh, I believe, from there. A lot of people were very, very upset about that. It was one of those things that even when he came back, he got a tribute, just like a player would when they would come back. So he was very, very loved by the fans. We knew what he had on the back then, and we knew what he can do, and we were disappointed at the time, but you have to live with whatever decision the team makes. But to have him back after he's gained so much experience, he's obviously he's got what it takes to take a team to success. My concern is obviously what a lot of Ranger fans' concern is, which is Drury. Everybody thinks, or we can all assume from what we can see reading between the lines and such, that Drury tends to play a big role in how the coaches coach, and that affects the type of coaching that happens. So getting Sullivan, if that's going to be your guy to Drury, then let him be your guy, right? Let him captain the ship if that's what you're going to pay him for, because I know you're paying him a hefty amount, right? Just go ahead and let him captain the ship. Let's do what he wants to put together, because he's obviously done it.
Yeah.
Right? He's obviously done it. You seen what he's done with Pittsburgh, that was supposed to be an over-the-hill team. They didn't make the playoffs, but they were right in the mix all the way to the end. So that was an aging team. You have a team that's pretty much in their prime, or with very few players at the end of their prime. So let him cook. Right? That's what you got to do, is let him cook. Bringing him in, you got to let him cook. You can't just say, bring him in and I'm going to micromanage you. That would be absolutely absurd. Right? You know his success. You know what he can do. Bring him in. Let him cook.
Honest question then. I have to ask this then.
Yeah.
Was firing Gallant just a massive mistake then? Because you go from Gallant, who I thought did well with the Rangers. I know some are going to talk about the playoffs. I know that. But you had Gallant did well there. Then you go to Laviolette. He had some success there as well. Laviolette, also a guy with a cup pedigree. Didn't work out this past season. And I don't think it's solely on the head coach. I do think the culture there wasn't great in the locker room this year for the Rangers.
So let me cut you off there just to answer that one question. All right. If you go back, anybody that's watching, go back to the clips of when it happened and how we came up with the announcement. I said it back then. It was a bad situation. It was done out of anger, right? Chris was upset um, because they had come across they said some words to each other, and it was more of a like, all right, I don't wanna work with you anymore, so I'm gonna just let you go. It really wasn't like a, oh my God, you're doing horrible, and no, obviously there was things that need to be fixed, and I'm pretty sure Gallant said, hey, I want to fix this stuff. I need you to let me do this or whatever, and Jury was said no, and that led to the words being said, and by the end of the season they were like, all right, we gotta let you go. Obviously Jury's gonna win that battle every time. He's a GM, right? So, was it a mistake? I absolutely think so. I said it back then. I'll say it now. I didn't think that he deserved to go at that point. I don't think he did anything that deserved him leaving, right? But again, it wasn't about his performance at that point when they let him go. It was about the altercation between him and Drury, the reason that he was let go. So, yes, it was a mistake. I think it was more of a personal matter than a thought out situation.
So this is kind of my take on it. If I'm being honest with you, I thought it was a mistake at the time. We both did. I think it's Laviolette. I thought was kind of a downgrade. Like,
oh yeah, we said that
from Gallant, and now you're going to Mike Sullivan, and he has his own levels of success. He won a cup in 16 and 17 with the Penguins, but it's been some years now. I think Sullivan's a fine head coach. I think he'll bring forth respect because he's been there and done that, and I understand why he'd be successful in the New York market. I'll speak kind of, bluntly from a Bruins fan's perspective, because like people are like, oh, we should get Mike Sullivan. I get kind of leery of some of these retreads. They work some places, work other. I'm not saying that about Mike Sullivan. I think he should work there in New York, but I think it's a perfect situation for him. You're going in there. I mean, you got some talent on that roster. You have arguably one of the best goaltenders on the planet in Shesterkin. But Sullivan alone isn't going to fix that roster. And he can, scheme things up, probably get a better performance out of certain players. But I do think the Rangers still need to make some, not a massive overhaul, but a little bit of an overhaul and bring some new faces in and some fresh blood. Because for whatever reason, and I think you'll agree with me, like, I didn't expect the Rangers to just fall off the wagon as bad as they did.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was injuries, I know there was other things going on, but you saw some players kind of regress and then kind of come back to the mean during the season. I think the Rangers are far better than what they played last season.
All right, so two things to what you just said before you continue, right? Let me go with the last one first, which was the players and the situation of last season. I think that Laviolette lost the team midway through the season when Jury made the Trouba trade, or even before the season started when they did the whole waiving Goudreau, right? I think that's kind of what started the downfall of trust between the players and the coach, right? Because even if the coach was trying to keep him and hold him there or whatever, obviously he didn't.
Right.
So it's like, why listen to you? You're not the guy who's going to make the final say.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you take away the power from the head coach, he's obviously going to fail no matter what you do. It's just not going to work, right? So I think with that's what led to their downfall this past season. Again, that's why I said, if you're bringing in Sullivan, you got to let him cook. You got to let him do his thing, right? Work with him. right? And don't have it where he's just working for you, because that's two different aspects of management, right? If he's working for you, that means that you're still trying to micromanage. You're telling him what to do, and that's never going to work. If Sullivan's
Right.
going to come in there, let him do what he wants to do, right, to better the team. Obviously, it needs to make sense. I'm not saying you're going to go after McDavid. Like, come on, let's just be real. That's not what we're going
Right.
to do, right? You got to find the right pieces, so on and so forth. Now, going back to an earlier point that you said about it being the right opportunity and right time for Sullivan, yes, but I'll tell you why I don't worry about him being in New York City. He's been here. He didn't do bad here at all, right? He did well under the bright lights, right? And you got to say it that way because some of these major metropolitan teams face a different light than all the other teams. It's just a different beast. New York is specific. New York's bright lights are really brighter than. I hate to say it this way, and I'm not just saying it because I'm from New York, but the bright lights of New York hit different on athletes that come here, regardless of what sport it is. There's very few that can thrive in these bright lights. So he's been here, he's done it, he knows what it takes to continue here. So I think that it'll be good, and I think that he can also, because he wasn't the head coach, right? He was an assistant coach. He got to see how the players react. So I think he'll also be prepared to judge players that can handle the bright lights of New York.
Yeah, I think. So how much time we got here before? So 6 minutes. So this is what I'll do actually. Because this is like, I'm gonna probably put this as a standalone video. Because why the hell not, right? Kind of looking at the New York Rangers roster.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny the talent. You have Panarin, good player. I mean, some people, he disappears in the playoffs, but he's a good player. Trocheck, he's been great for the Rangers, in my opinion. Lafreniere, 45 points, 82 games played. Not bad, but you're hoping he takes another step. Chris Kreider had a rough year for the most part. So you're hoping maybe he can kind of turn things around. JT Miller, you got him. 70 points, 72 games played. I mean, you're hoping he has a full healthy season. Obviously, a younger player here. But then you got Zibanejad. Well, this is weird how they put it, right here. 62 points. Cooley, 45. I think there's enough talent upside, like up and down the lineup for the Rangers. Like, they're not, in my opinion, like the most explosive offense in the Eastern Conference or the NHL. But I think they have the potential to be above average. And that can win you playoff games.
I agree. And then, yes, this does look kind of funky, but I'll tell you why. It looks funky because they're holding people to their true positions, their first positions, right? Where Zibanejad would fit into that line with JT Miller, which is one of the things that they were doing. Perreault would then fall down. Brzezinski would go into the center role, right? And that would be kind of like your third line would be Brzezinski centering Cooley and Perreault, who in the playoff hunt, showed that he's got something in the tank. It's almost like not as effective as Chris Kreider when he first came in from Boston, right? But he showed some light where you were like, okay, you know what? Maybe he can do something, right? Given an actual season like of preparation and everything else, like get him in there and get him some games. I think that he'll probably most likely start off in the AHL at the beginning of the season, right? So that third line will have a fluctuation of somebody on the right-hand side. But Brzezinski and Will Cooley, man, what seasons they had this year. That was a breakout season for both of them, in my opinion, because although Cooley's numbers are great, Brzezinski's are pretty good, especially for only playing 51 games. I think that you give both of those. He would have been on pace
for like a 30-plus goal season. A 30-plus point, sorry.
Yeah, you put both of those together and you find them someone who can fit on their right side. That's going to be a killer third line. right? They're going to be able to play against almost anybody. Now, you look at the fourth line. You have a lot of guys that are making moves, right? Now, some of these guys are hitting restricted free agents. Whether we keep them or not, I think they keep Edstrom because when he was healthy, big guy, he played very well. Matt Rempe obviously continuously got better throughout the season and has played a lot better, and has learned how to control himself, which is a big key to his success. I think they signed him. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say one thing? And this because I'm not a I'm just being honest. I think Matt Rempe gets a bad rep in some regards. Now, he does take some stupid penalties. I'm not going to deny that, but he's still young, and I think he's like we've had this conversation off air. He's still learning how to play with that size. He's just going to turn 22 years old.
Yep.
I think personally, do I think he's ever going to be a guy like a Tage Thompson that big scoring 40, 50 goals? No. But I think you've got a quality depth player here that could be a good bottom six guy for the foreseeable future. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no. I absolutely agree. I think him, Edstrom, and then once you added like Carrick in the mix, because I think Carrick was playing on the third line beginning of the season, and Brozinski was playing with them too. So it was a little bit of a different. Actually, Will Cooley was down with Edstrom and Rempe, and Will Cooley showed some sparks, so they moved him up, right? And then they brought Brozinski up, and Brozinski fit in with them. But I think that once they put Sam Carrick in the middle with those two guys, they really solidified themselves, and you saw them being the third and fourth line throughout the second half of the season were probably the most consistent lines for the New York Rangers.
Yeah.
So I think that you take that and you build on that, right? Unless you can get someone of like really good quality that's going to make a big difference, right? I would say you keep those guys together and you push. Now, the questionable part here for the team, right, goes into what I've been saying, and now the whole league is saying what I said 2 years ago, right, is their defense is very soft in the middle, right? And you can quote me on that. I said that literally 2 years ago when they were in the playoffs. I told you on and off air, I said they're soft in the middle. Everybody keeps praising Fox, even people that I know that are very good at coaching and all this stuff, and some of the sources that I have that go with the Rangers and all that, right? I said it back then. It took everybody else 2 years to see what I saw. So understand when I say that, I think that Lindgren was Adam Fox's handicap. And what I mean by that is Lindgren picked up defensively or covered all the defensive weaknesses that Fox had. Right? Yeah. Now, with let's say a Saucy or Miller, right, because they flip-flopped, it was a different ball game. And I think that towards the end of the season, Fox got better defensively.
Yeah.
Right? So that change has forced him to become a better defenseman. But, again, you and I have said this, going back to his quote-unquote Norris Trophy winning season, he didn't necessarily play great defense. He was weak. He was weak in the middle. All he thought about was offense. But I think that with the team they have now, with leaders like JT Miller, with guys like Saucy who have some experience under their belt, right? I think that now you might see the better version of Fox because he will have to play defense. He will have to step it up, right? Someone like Keandre Miller worries me because, in all honesty, he's just...
Avs are going to go on the power play. Oh, my God. McKinnon.
Yep.
Wow. Sorry, yeah. I know this is kind of bleeding into the game, the commentary, but McKinnon scored, makes it 2-0 for the Avalanche. He's got such good speed.
What did I say? They needed to hold their own, but they let it happen. They made a bad play. They gave up the puck.
Wow, look at this.
Now expect Dallas to go, full throttle and give it everything at this point.
Andre got caught cheating off that short side though. That should have been a save. You can't let that in. I mean, it's hard. I mean, McKinnon's coming down with speed.
No. I just watched the replay. You'll see in a second. He thought it was going higher, and
Oh yeah, you're right.
he put his body
Yeah,
up a little
kinda.
bit, and it hit the bottom of his blocker and went in. Unfortunate, man. That's tough.
Oh, just over the pad and under the blocker. That's dude. So EA Sports has it right, folks. But
How long have I been saying that? How long have I been saying that? We may hate it. We may hate it. But EA's got it right.
to just wrap to wrap up the Rangers conversation though, I think Sullivan should do fine in New York. I just think they just gotta do him a due service and just let him coach. Don't like Drury doesn't need to be down there telling him how to coach.
Yeah, I think let him
You know.
cook.
So
Yeah. I think for Keandre, it's
what a save!
it's gonna be a contract season, if I'm not mistaken. So I
Yeah.
think he needs to step his game up and become the physical player that a lot of us thought he was gonna be.
Yeah, he's an RFA right now. So
Yeah.
he's
He's an
what a-
RFA right now.
Yeah.
I would maybe give him a year, maybe, because the potential's still there. He's a big body. He's improved offensively, but his defense got weaker and he stopped being physical. When you see him play well, it's when he's being physical.
I have cycling here down 18-15 on my climb timer. Oh, dude, they're trying
You
like
said 1850?
15.
Oh,
15.
Jesus. I was like, oh my.
Now it's 8:05.
Okay, yeah, still 20 seconds.
I do like what the Avalanche are starting to do. I kind of complained about it in the first. They're just starting to shoot pucks on net. You know,
Not a secret. Just saying.
it's just to some people it is though. Coyle can't. Oh, Coyle to Drouin. Drouin not from Coyle, but Drouin gets it. Mason across. Gerard all the way down. Drouin. Oh no, Coyle gets it first, then to Drouin. Oh, nice little shot there. That's what you like. Just keep peppering Ottinger with some traffic in front. Like, you don't have to not cycle, you know what I mean? To, like, get some deep, low cycles. But when you have a traffic in front, like, you know, throw a shot through traffic. See if you can get through. Game 7 here, man. Oh, that was a good defensive play. Has anyone stood out to you in this game the most?
That third, what is that? That fourth line with Connor.
Yeah.
They've been the standout, honestly. They've been the difference maker in this for Colorado right now. And I think I've mentioned this plenty of times in other shows, but the top lines are going to be top lines, right? 9 out of 10 times, or 8 out of 10 times, they're going to be the guys that score. But when you play another team that's equal to you, it's always going to be the third and fourth line that shine.
100%.
In this situation, Colorado's third and fourth line, they showed up. Dallas is on their heels. I'll be right back. I gotta have something to drink.
Damn. 16:36 here in the third. Avalanche win it in the defensive zone. Landeskog throws it deep. Lindgren over to Mason. Manson. Sorry, not Mason. Why did I say Mason? Well, they're trying to go. Avs are still trying to go for those home runs. I saw Natchez and McKinnon go up there. Good defense there by Lindgren. Marshman deep. Mason up the boards.
This show brought to you by Culture Pop.
Culture Pop.
Culture
If you
Pop.
are looking to give us a sponsorship, please feel free.
I'm going to have these conversations soon. You can bet on it. I have a few
I'm down with
ideas. Just saying.
All right, I'm done.
Don't be a jury. Let me cook.
You're stupid. You're stupid.
I'm just saying. Wearing their hat officially, right? Drinking their drink on air. Culture Pop. Grape flavor just came out. Just saying.
I gotta try it. I gotta see if there's any near me.
I'll let you know. I'm pretty sure. I know that markets up there have begun to reach out to us. On whether we provide service
Good
up
play
there.
by Coyle. Yeah.
Because of our major success getting Poppy to where they got to, where obviously, Pepsi bought them.
Yeah.
And then Culture Pop is coming right behind them. So I think I've told you this off air.
You did.
How you call it? I think I know who's gonna make a bid to try to purchase them in the near future. Again, my opinion. Don't know. But yeah, Culture Pop is up there. Poppy's a monster. If you're a store owner or know someone who owns a store and they don't have Poppy in their store, they are making a major mistake. They need Poppy in their store. And Culture Pop. And if you haven't heard of it yet, Hal's Seltzer and Chips. Just throwing that out there.
I think I've had Hal's is more of a New York thing, right? I think I've had that in New York.
Yeah. It was made in New York. Yep. It's but they're expanding, especially in your area.
I think I've had one in like a bodega in New York, like Hal's
Yeah.
Chips. That sounds super
and then
familiar.
Hal's is expanding in your area. They're coming up there. We have quite a few things selling up there for Hal's.
I mean, I'm all for it.
It was good too, man. Like, I knew the salsa was good.
Ooh.
I've had the salsa,
Harley got fucked up.
but I don't even think that's a penalty.
I don't either. I'm gonna see the replay, but it didn't look like a pen.
I just think he ducked at the wrong time, and that wasn't the Avalanche's player's fault. It just he ducked at the wrong time as a hit was coming. It was
Oh,
just
know
a
what
bad
happened?
situation.
His skates got locked up. What's that? Yeah, that's just. So we're getting close here. Game 7, man. We're getting towards the end of this game, and the Avalanche, I feel like, have picked up their game even more here. They've been dictating the play more than the Stars have. I haven't seen that desperation necessarily from the Stars yet. I mean, the Avs are doing a really good job of just keeping it in the Stars' end for the most part. And then when the Stars get in the Avalanche end, they do a very, very good job of just getting it out quick. So. Do you think Gerard Gallant is done coaching?
I wouldn't be surprised if he is. Oh, non-NHL related. Um, very sad to see Greg Popovich have to leave the coaching in the NBA for the Spurs.
Yeah.
With that, he obviously had that mini stroke back in November, and it's played hell with his health. And he's moving into the president's role, which I think is a great transition for him. He stays involved to a certain degree, but it also allows him to get better. Oh, don't forget to update the ticker at the bottom to say Avalanche too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for noticing that.
How you call it? But yeah, much respect to Greg Popovich and everything he's done for the NBA, coaching wise, everything. I think he's a GOAT when it comes to coaching, and I mean, not the way we would have wanted to have seen him, exit the coaching
And-
arena,
No.
right? But much respect to the organization for staying with him, taking care of him, and giving him a position that he can still be part of it.
Damn, Lehkonen almost had a finish there. Oh man, Avalanche are pressing. They're
Where
like
are you?
336, 335, 1335.
Oh, I'm on commercial. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I'm checking the score for the other Denver team, and did it show the score? Of course not.
Yeah, no, that's sad about Popovich, man. You never want to see someone. That's the reason why they stepped down. Hopefully, he focuses on his health, and he's still going to be involved in basketball, doing what he loves.
Yeah.
Because he's a Hall of Fame head coach. No
Oh,
doubt.
easily, no, without a question. First ballot, immediate. That's a guarantee. He's affecting not only players and players that became coaches, but coaches in general. He's just that guy.
Man, the Stars only had 13 shots on net.
I think a big key for Dallas is don't hold the stick too tight. At this point, don't
Yeah.
hold the stick too tight. You hold the stick too tight now, it's going to get even worse very quickly.
It looks like the Stars are kind of panicking here a little bit. 12:25 here in the third. The Chuskin here. Oh, what a snipe!
Yes, sir.
What a
Raglan on his
snipe,
old team.
Rantanen's like, I hate the Avalanche, baby. What a rip.
They
That
threw
was
him
a
to the
hell of a
side.
shot, man.
Yeah. Well played. Good patience. Now we're going to see what both teams have.
What an absolute rip here, dude. Like, Blackwood's playing it right. Top of his crease. That's just like that's just an incredible shot.
How crazy is that? That's his first playoff point outside of an Avalanche jersey.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's got 8 points in 3 games right now. Brandon. It's been freaking good.
Oh, he may have had other goals, but you know what I meant.
I know what you
think
meant.
this is the first time that he's been in the playoffs against Colorado.
Oh my God. Yeah, old Connor's like, you know what? You got a Rantanen, but I got an LOC. Look at that. My man just wants that. Now the Stars have got some pep in their step here. Oh, good defensive play there. Oh, bad turnover. Bad turnover. Granlund down low. What a save.
What a
Harley
shank.
didn't get all of it, obviously, but still he got over. Blackwood got over there.
Yeah.
That's the one thing with the Avalanche, though. They'll play really good for stretches, and then they'll kind of have those defensive lapses like that. If he gets all of that, that's in probably.
I mean, I think that would be also my advice to Colorado right now is just because they scored, don't hold the stick too tight either.
Yeah. But keep doing what you were doing before.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Coyle using his big frame here. Avalanche doing a good job keeping it in the end right now, but... "10 minutes here in the third for me."
We're not gonna go there.
Lost 6 straight games in Game 7. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a nutty stat. Oh, dude, Star fans might just, oh, Jesus, they're pissed. Oh, they're pissed. That's crazy, man.
It's funny because they were playing that Jimmy Trumpet song, right? Or they are
Yeah.
playing it currently for you. Every time I hear that, all I can think about is baseball. When Diaz comes out from the bullpen for the New York Mets, because he has like this whole
Oh, yeah.
intro. Have you seen the video? Have you seen the intro?
Yeah, I
for
have
him?
seen the video.
Bro, that is like that's some
Yeah, I
movie
have.
intro, bro. That's not like some regular intro. Like that thing is straight out of a movie. It reminds me of Wild Thing for Charlie Sheen in Major League.
So I was just giving someone admin permissions on the Discord for locker room. Which, by the way, the Discord's down below in the description if you want to come join us. Feel free. I made you an admin as well.
Cool beans.
I will say the channel's starting to come back alive. We had some pretty good viral-ish videos the past couple days.
I told you it'll happen. You just gotta keep the course, my brother. Keep the course.
Why did I had to go forward again? Oh, Landis got right in his skates. I did like fast forward to go to the live. It was so a minute 35 here on the power play left. Dude, if the Avs score here, that'd be huge. But Stars do a good job throwing it all the way down.
Next goal wins the game. I'm going to tell you that right now. If Dallas scores, they're going to come back and they're going to score the third goal and win. If Colorado scores...
Oh, McKinnon! See, they go for that, like, crazy across the crease, like, through traffic. Like, oh, McKinnon. Good edge work there. Oh, he broken lumber. That's a tripping penalty.
Who did trip? Hintz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, considering...
The situation? Yeah.
Yeah, considering that situation, that's not a bad penalty.
Very good penalty. Because he literally just cut the whole defense.
That's just unfortunate. That's like when you take a slap shot from the point in NHL 25, you're screwed.
Oh, gee. Thank you for all those passes, Sir Paul.
You're welcome. I'm Adam Oates on the defense. You know what I'd like to get added? And I gotta find a way to do it. There's a way to kind of take like that scoreboard on the top left and just have that like planted on the screen for us. That'd be amazing.
I think it's what is it? Wouldn't it be a ticker, technically?
Technically, but it also have to. Oh, good chance here. 4-on-4 here, winding down.
If
good
anybody's
shot by
wondering,
O'Connor.
I'm not ignoring you guys. My TV's over here, in the direction of Paul. Apparently, the way that this all looks,
Yeah, mine is like
right in
this
front of
way.
you.
So,
Yeah, I'm the one that wears glasses. Go figure.
well, actually, I do wear glasses. Dude, I actually got to buy some new glasses. Mine's got crushed on the tugboat.
Oh wow, Warby Parker, bro.
okay.
Warby Parker.
I actually have a store near me.
Yeah, Warby Parker,
So-
my guy.
Because I had some glasses before, and I went back to was it LensCrafter? They're like $330 or something like that. I was like, oof. Rantanen coming up with some speed. Oh my God!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Woo!
Whoa! How did that?
Off the defenseman's skate, bro.
Oh my God!
What did I say? Get the puck to the net.
Holy shit! What a
The question is, I doubt they're gonna challenge it because the goalie himself came out to trip Rantanen, but he did make contact with the goalie.
I feel bad for Sherrard. That's just a rough. I don't think they challenge it just because if you did, like, you'd give the Stars a power play.
Yeah.
We got a whole new game here. 2v2. 2-on-2.
Remember what I said? I made a statement before.
This is like every Avalanche fan's worst nightmare. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
like a Rantanen coming in and scoring 2 to tie that up. That's crazy.
And then, what stories, right, for both Rantanen and Duchesne, who had been written off by their previous teams,
Yeah, just
right? Colorado pretty much said, "Hey, we think we need to go in a different direction." Got rid of him, right?
yeah.
And Duchesne, Nashville gave up on him, right? Before the season
No,
started.
the Avs gave up on him. Duchesne. So this is where I'll give him fair. Duchesne was kind of being a douche, in Colorado. So I understood the rationale of getting rid of him at the time.
No, that's fine. But then he was in Nashville, right?
Oh, sorry, Nashville. I thought you said
Right, he was in Nashville for however many years, right? He was one of the head guys, and then they didn't re-sign him. He signed as a free agent, if I'm not mistaken, to Dallas.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he's actually had very good years in Dallas. Like, he's been really good for Dallas. So
Yeah, this is his first year, no? I think it was his first year in Dallas, if I'm
I thought it was
mistaken.
his second, if I remember.
It might be a
but
second.
Let me double check. Because you might be right. It might be his first. No, it's his second.
Second. But yeah, a lot of people wrote him off because they were like, oh, you know, it looks like Nashville's given up. Like, he's not going to be that guy anymore, so on and so forth. And to come to Dallas and, 2 years now, and he's become like a crucial player to this team. Kind of like how he was for Nashville.
That is such a bad bounce.
Did you post that last thing?
Yeah, I did.
The Canadian broadcaster
Oh.
last. That's hilarious.
Only one to not win anything ever. Is
But that's because he was on the Islanders. No duh.
No, but I think he means like amateur or college or juniors too. That's the funny
Oh,
part.
that'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely insane.
I think that's what that comment means.
No,
It
in
says,
their career. I
Canadian
think in their
last person,
career.
all players except one player, Brock Nelson, has one kind of championship in their career. Maybe minor leagues too. They're including. Yeah, junior and everything. That's crazy.
God damn.
He's a true New Islander. He's a true New York Islander at heart. Never
Bro,
winning.
That's an Islander for sure. Yeah, I'm a hater. All
All right, man. About 15-10 here in the third. This is...
I told you, whoever scored that next goal was going to flip the game.
Yeah. Dallas has definitely woken up. They're probably like, nah, let's just double and triple cover this man.
Bro,
Double and triple cover Rantanen.
taking too many men on the ice penalty just to cover him.
Block shot there by Mason. Now they're just panicking with the puck. That was a bad, good save by Blackwood on Sagan. Now you can see some of the Av guys are like panicking with the puck. Who do you got winning the Jets versus the Blues?
That one's such a toss up because I mean I don't think there's been any team in the recorded history of hockey that has won a playoff that's won a playoff series after pulling their starting goalie in 3 games throughout a 7-game series.
Jury. So Stars have a friggin' power play here late. That's crazy. So he'd be making history, right?
Yeah.
I want to see this. Oh yeah, you can't wrap your arm around him. That's you know what I mean. They're gonna call that every day. Twice on Sunday. Oh my God! What a comeback! What a feed!
So what I need you to write is Alex the prediction goat. Right here, right underneath my name, right underneath my face.
Wow.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Wow, bro.
Prediction goat.
What an absolute collapse by the Avalanche.
I told you that next goal was gonna be the one. Whoever got it was gonna take matters into their own hands. I mean, I'm not saying that Colorado's done, but
They were down 2-0. Stuck with it. Wow, what a Dave's threw him down, man. This is that was a dumb penalty by Drury, though, man. Two minutes and 48 seconds here. Ooh. Man. That was a good play, defensive play there.
I feel like a freaking announcer and be like, let the games begin. I feel like this is when you're
Seriously,
going to see the best of everything right now.
All right, 50. They're playing with it too much. All right. They're going to probably take a timeout, I'm assuming. Holy shoot, dude.
Craziness.
Dude, it is craziness.
Colorado looked like they were in such good control when it was 2-0. Then Mr. Ratnan turned the whole game around by himself. One man, one stick. Got it done. To this point, at least. .7 seconds. Here we go. So, question to you: would Colorado have an instant regret on trading Ratnan away?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you definitely would regret the guy ended your season.
Bro.
He's going to end your season. Like, I got 40 seconds left. I don't want to ruin it, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I told you what time, and I haven't said anything. I literally just have this question in case.
I will say this: it's great seeing Texas be so passionate about hockey.
Yeah, yeah. Texas is a great sports. Texas period is a great sports like state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're huge with the football, from children all the way up. I'm hoping that with the success that Dallas has had over the past couple of years, with the draft, the talent they've drafted and everything, that it really elevates their passion for hockey as well.
$15 seconds here, man. Over.
Mr. Ratnan with the freaking hat trick, baby.
Randon owns the Colorado Avalanche.
Change the ticker. That's crazy. Three goals in the third period?
I'm just going to put final. I mean, there's 2 seconds left, so.
Bro. Man, someone call Jason. Make sure we have him on Suicide Watch. Love you, Jason.
Hey, I picked the Avs to win in 7, but man, I even said like I could see this going either way. This was a great series, man.
Yeah, I mean,
What a game 7, man.
Yeah. I mean, Ratton just came out there and said, I'm gonna show you the mistake you made.
Just crazy.
Whoo! And there goes one of the Titans of the season, huh? Whew. Four points in one period tied the record.
What a game. That's crazy. Great game, though.
Oh, man, that's tough. 11 points in 3 games.
Rantanen single-handedly destroyed the Colorado Avalanche. What an absolute terrific performance by him tonight.
Woo!
So now they're going to the second round. And they're going to be playing either the Winnipeg Jets or St. Louis Blues. I'll be watching that game 7 tomorrow. Holy crap, man.
Rantanen's a beast.
Dude, Rand's an absolute monster, man. Jesus.
And no disrespect to Blackwood, but I'm happy Ottinger is moving on to the next round.
Yeah, Ottinger's kind of been there, you know. He's been close. I mean, it'd be interesting. I think Dallas, there's some heavyweights in that Western Conference, man. So.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, and the crazy thing is with Dallas is now when they get Robertson back and they get Heiskanen back, possibly they're gonna get that much better.
Yeah. Oh, I want to see the. I want to see the handshake between McKinnon and Rantanen.
Does he like whisper in his ear like "I'm your daddy"?
I don't know. I think Rantanen's towards the end. I don't think he went first. I think he went towards the end.
Wow.
Well, that's 7 straight Game 7 losses. Yeah, that's awesome. Landeskog hugged Rantanen. That's fucking awesome. That's class.
Dude, that's Landeskog is nothing but class, man.
Yeah.
But what an absolute.
McKinnon too. That's, man.
So they definitely regret trading him, right?
I know the players are like, man, we don't know what management was thinking. Man, we needed you now. Well, call it the curse of Lindgren.
Curse of Lindgren. I'm gonna call the curse of Rantanen. That was crazy. Like this, he single-handedly brought them back in that game, and won it for him. Absolutely terrific performance, man. Well, I think I'm gonna call it on this one, man. Because I'm gonna have to go get recorded making a video on this one.
Yes, sir.
But so hey, we appreciate everybody kind of popping through. We had some people lingering in. This was like over almost a 3-hour stream. Are you free tomorrow or no?
Hit me up. I think my daughter's coming by.
Okay. No, I don't know worries if you can't, but
Yeah, just
all right,
hit me
man.
up. Yep.
We'll do it, man. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, comment, subscribe at Locker Room on YouTube, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Peace. You know what I would like to